Hello friends, I am Suvarna Gaikwad. I welcome you all in the new topic of B.Sc paper 2nd, that is BO332 Cell and Molecular Biology. So today we are going to discuss new topic, that is units of measurement of cell. So in the today's session, we are going to discuss the units of measurement of cell, then cell biology and other biological sciences, then overview of the cell and types of the cell. So, let's start with the particular session. So friends, as we know that viruses, bacteria, blue-green algae, animals and many plants, they are microorganisms. Now, microorganisms means the organisms which we cannot see by our naked eyes. Okay? So, how can we measure them? So, for the measurement of such type of microorganisms, we have to make fractions of standard units. As we know, the standard units of measurement are meter, gram, liter and seconds. For example, if we want to measure the length of particular cell, then the standard unit of measurement of length is meter. In such case, we have to make fractions of meter into millimeter, micrometer, nanometer, etc. Similarly, if we want to measure the weight of a particular cell, then standard unit of measurement of weight is gram. In such case, we have to make fractions of grams into milligram, microgram, nanogram, etc. Okay, let's see in detail. So, these are the units of measurement. So, for measuring length of particular cell, the standard unit is meter. Okay, as we know, 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeter. Okay, 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeter. Similarly, 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 6 micrometer. Micrometer is also called as micron. Okay, majority bacterial cells are measured in microns. So, 1 meter again equal to 10 to the power 9 nanometer. Okay, 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 9 nanometer. And finally, 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 10 angstrom. So, in this way, 1 meter has to be divided into millimeter, micrometer, nanometer and angstrom. So, in short, 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeter, 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 6 micrometer, 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 9 nanometer, and finally 1 meter is equal to 10 to the power 10 angstrom. Okay. Similarly, if we want to measure the weight of a particular cell, then the standard unit is gram. In such case, 1 gram is equal to 10 to the power 3 milligram. Okay. 10 to the power 3, that is 1000 milligram. 1 gram is equal to 10 to the power 6 microgram. 1 gram is equal to 10 to the power 9 nanogram. And finally, 1 gram is equal to 10 to the power 12 picogram. In short, 1 gram is equal to 1000 milligram. 1 gram is equal to 10 to the power 6 microgram. 1 gram is equal to 10 to the power 9 nanogram. And 1 gram is equal to 10 to the power 12 picogram. In this way, for the measurement of length, 1 meter has to be divided into millimeter, micrometer, nanometer, etc. And for measurement of weight, 1 gram has to be divided into milligram, microgram, nanogram and picogram. So in this way, we can measure the length and weight of a particular cell. So let's move on. The next point is, what are different biological sciences associated with the cell biology? So there are some of the important biological sciences associated with the cell biology are cytotaxonomy, cytogenetics, then cell physiology, cytochemistry, then cytoecology, cytopathology, and ultrastructure and molecular biology. Okay, so let's see one by one. The first branch is cytotaxonomy. So cytotaxonomy, it combines the knowledge of cytology and taxonomy. Friends, as we know, each plant and animal species has a definite number of chromosomes, and chromosomes of individuals of one species closely resemble with another in size and shape. Okay, so these characters of chromosome help the biologists to study taxonomic position of any species. So cytotaxonomy, it is a branch of biology in which it provides cytological support to taxonomic position of any species. Okay. Next branch is cytogenetics. It combines the knowledge of cytology and genetics. So it is the branch of cell biology which deals with the study of cytological and molecular basis of heredity, variation, mutation, phylogeny. Phylogeny means evolutionary history, morphogenesis and evolution of organisms. Okay, so with the help of cytogenetics, one can study Mendel's laws of inheritance very well understood. Also, the concept of gene will be well understood. Okay. The third branch is cell physiology. So it is also one of the important branch associated with the cell biology. In this branch, one can study the life activities of the cells, such as growth, reproduction, differentiation, then metabolism, nutrition and size of the cell, how the growth and development of a particular cell develops. Okay, so in cell physiology, one can study growth, development, reproduction and differentiation of cell. The next branch is cytochemistry. So in this branch, one can study the chemical and physico-chemical analysis of living matter. For example, if one wants to study the cytochemical analysis for presence of carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, nucleic acids and various organic and inorganic compounds in the cells, then it has to be done under cytochemistry. For example, this is a photograph of wheat starch granules. So in wheat cells, there are many starch granules. So in this way, it can be done under cytochemical analysis with the help of cytochemistry. Okay. The next branch is cytopathology. So friends, nowadays most diseases are caused due to disorder of genetic codes in the DNA, which finally disturbs the metabolic activities of the cell. So, for the treatment of such type of diseases, there should be proper diagnosis of this type of diseases. And for that, cytopathology plays important role. For example, nowadays we are facing the pandemic of COVID-19. So, for the proper treatment of this COVID-19, there should be proper diagnosis. So, recently we can diagnose the COVID-19 with the help of RT-PCR technique, that is reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction. So, this can be possible with the help of cytopathology, which is beneficial for understanding of various human diseases at molecular level. Okay. So, the next branch is cytoecology. In this branch, one can study the effect of ecological changes on chromosome number of a cell. Sometimes due to ecological changes, there may be certain types of mutations occur in the chromosomes. Okay? Such type of cytoecological study revealed that ecological habitat and geographical distribution have correlation with the chromosome number. Okay? In this way, cytoecology plays important role for the study of ecological habitat and geographical distribution. Next branch is ultrastructure and molecular biology. So this is one of the most important and most modern branch of biology because it merges the cytology with biochemistry, physicochemistry, especially the macromolecular and colloidal chemistry. So with the merging of these different types of sciences, the output is very much beneficial. For example, the discovery of molecular model of DNA by Watson and Crick. So this is the DNA structure discovered by scientists Watson and Crick. This is possible due to the ultrastructure and molecular biology branch. Next advantage is molecular interpretation of protein synthetic mechanism. As we know, there is a conversion of DNA to RNA. So such protein synthesis mechanism can be possible with the help of this molecular biology. Again, for study of genetic code, this ultrastructure and molecular biology branch is very much beneficial. So, these are some of the biological sciences associated with the cell biology. Let's move on. Let's see the overview of the cell. In previous lecture, we have seen the history of cell biology and the cell theory behind the history of cell biology. So, we know all organisms are made up of cells, and cells are basic structural and functional unit of life. As we know, all organisms may be ranges from minute bacteria to huge blue whale. All are made up of cells. Yet, they differ in size, shape, structure, composition, function and presence of different organelles in them. So, next is what is the function of these cells? There are three important functions of cells. First is they synthesize energy in the form of ATP. Okay? Cells synthesize energy in the form of ATP. Next function is cells synthesize proteins. So, in this figure, there are two processes. One is transcription and translation. So, second function is cells synthesize proteins. And the third function is cells makes more copies of itself. As we know, through DNA replication, cells can make more copies of itself. Okay? So, these are three important functions of the cells. So, based on presence of nucleus and cell organelles, these cells are of two types. One is eukaryotic and second is prokaryotic. As the name suggests, karyon means nucleus. So, pro means primitive nucleus and U means true. So, eukaryotes means true nucleus. So, the organisms which contain primitive nucleus called as prokaryotic organisms, and the organisms which contains true nucleus, that is well organized nucleus, called as eukaryotic organisms. The examples of eukaryotic organisms are plants and animals, and the example of prokaryotic organisms are bacteria, cyanobacteria. Okay. So, prokaryotes, as I recently said, pro means primitive and karyon means nucleus. So, one of the important feature of prokaryotes is they lack a well-defined nucleus and they possess relatively simple structure as compared to eukaryotes. Okay? Example is bacteria. So, these are certain examples of prokaryotes. These are cocci, these are bacilli, and these are flagellated bacteria. So, bacteria vary in their size and shapes. Next is eukaryotes. As I said, U means true and karyon means nucleus. So, they possess a well-defined nucleus or well-organized nucleus. So, as compared to prokaryotes, eukaryotes are more complex in their structure and function. The higher organisms such as plants and animals are composed of eukaryotic cells. Okay. So, these are certain examples of eukaryotes in which the first photograph is of yeast cell, Saccharomyces cerevisiae, This photograph is of fruit fly, that is Drosophila. Third photograph is of nematode, that is C. elegans. This photograph is of plant, that is Arabidopsis. This is mice, and these are human beings. So these are certain references. So friends, till now we have seen different units of measurement of cell, then different biological sciences associated with the cell biology, and overview of the cell. So friends, we will stop here and we will meet again in the next session. So thank you very much.